We are back once again in 1985, continuing our look at the Transformers toy line by Hasbro. Over the last two episodes, we learned of the first Transformers combiner team, the evil Constructicons, and covered the first four with Bone Crusher, Scavenger, Scrapper, and Hook. And today, we're checking out the final two with Constructicon number 5, Long Haul, and Constructicon number 6, Mixmaster, here on part 3 of the KREED'S Collection Christmas Special. Hey, Merry Christmas, and welcome to part 3 of the KREED'S Collection Christmas Special. Today we're taking a look at Long Haul and Mixmaster of the evil Constructicons from the 1985 Transformers toy line by Hasbro. So let's get right into it with Long Haul. Long Haul is a soldier at heart and yearns to be on the battlefield, fighting shoulder to shoulder with his fellow Decepticon warriors. Sadly, his primary function is a transport, and while Long Haul recognizes the importance of this role, he sees it as all work and no play. He spends all his time moving supplies and building installations, keeping his secret battlefield aspirations to himself, knowing Megatron shows no mercy to a Decepticon who questions his orders. Long Haul combines with his fellow Constructicons to form the torso of Devastator. And now that we know a bit more about Long Haul, let's take a closer look. Long Haul's vehicle mode is one of the giant mining dump trucks. So even though he doesn't look very big, a human would fit in the cab and probably be smaller than the wheel here. So even though they didn't build him to scale, he would actually be massive. Here's a better look at the wheels close up. Unfortunately, the chrome came off of this one a little bit around the hub, but the back one here actually still looks pretty good. It's actually dual tires on the back, and they do roll independently of each other. While the dumping feature does work, unfortunately it is connected to the wheels, so when the bed of the truck folds back, the wheels go with it. I forgive it though, because technically it still dumps. The stickers still look pretty crisp on Long Haul, especially here on the hood and in the bed. And then right here you can see his rub sticker. And overall, like all the other Constructicons, Long Haul has a great vehicle mode. Alright, now for the roll test. Let's see how he does. Not bad, actually. Probably the best. One more time. Yeah, I'd say that he rolls the best out of all the Constructicons. Now we're going to take a look at Long Haul's accessories. Starting off with this piece, it's actually the hips of Devastator. The legs plug in here, and then these rockets actually are part of his vehicle mode, because you can also clip it to him then in its extra weaponry. These two holes here allow you to clip it to his vehicle mode, but first we have to take a look at this extra wing piece. It's a piece of Devastator's armor, but it also attaches to Long Haul in his vehicle mode via these little pegs. You take it and pop it onto the piece like so. Once you do that, you attach this piece to the back of Long Haul, and there you go. You have him in his extra armored mode, just like all the other Constructicons. My only complaint is there should be a peg hole for his robot blaster to be added to it. Now we're going to transform Long Haul into the torso mode of Devastator. You want to start by folding him in half. Now you have to take the hip piece and plug it into the bottom here, and you just have to kind of pop it into place. There we go. Now you want to take the extra armor piece, plug it into the bottom, and the last step is to fold back the roof, and there you go. You have transformed Long Haul into the torso of Devastator. And now we're going to transform Long Haul into his robot mode. So you start by taking the bed and folding it back. This actually forms his legs, and once you do that, you want to stand him upright looking at you. And then you grab the body here and fold it down. Then you want to grab the wheels, pull them out for his arms. Then you want to flip out the fists like so. And once you flip out the fists, you just want to flip the head up. And there you go. You have a fully transformed Long Haul. Long Haul has the honor of being the first Constructicon that I got from my parents. As a matter of fact, he's the 4th Decepticon I ever got, after Starscream, Soundwave, and Buzzsaw. So he has been extremely played with, and he is by far the most beat up of all my Constructicons. I don't know if it's because he's one of my very first Decepticons, but I really like Long Haul. He's absolutely one of my favorites. I think part of the reason is because he's so beefy. I mean, look at him, his upper torso, his legs, he's just very squared off and bulky. If he were built to scale, he would be much bigger than Optimus Prime. I really like his face sculpt, how he has the single lens for his eyes. His arms look great, and the front of the truck as his chest gives him an extremely aggressive look. He does have the peg hole hands like all the other Constructicons for his gun, which we'll come back to. And unfortunately, he's got some pretty extreme sticker wear right there. The legs, though, look really great, and they do bend at the knee, which is pretty awesome, but we'll come back to that in the articulation section. The back of Long Haul is pretty nondescript, so we're going to move right along and take a look at his blaster pistol, which is pretty excellent. I really like the sculpt on this, and I also like that it's the same color as him. It does look the same on both sides, and of course it pegs right into his hand, just like that. Alright, now we're going to take a look at the articulation on Long Haul. As we established earlier, his knees do bend thanks to his transformation, a rare thing on Transformers. And his arms have a shoulder joint that can go all the way up and around full 360 if you wanted it to. His head can look down and up thanks to his transformation. And that's it. That covers all 5 points of articulation for Long Haul. Here's a quick look at Long Haul's tech spec. If you'd like to read it, pause now. Long Haul's copyright information is located underneath his chest. 1980-1984, Takara of Japan. Alright, now it's time to take a look at Mixmaster. Mixmaster is known as a chemistry lab on wheels, and nothing is safe when he is around. From raw ore to living robots, it all goes into Mixmaster's drum, where it is reduced, refined, and recombined into any material the Decepticons need. Many of the Decepticons suspect that Mixmaster has a few loose wires in his logic center as he cackles maniacally over his work, but they can't argue with the results. Mixmaster combines with his fellow Constructicons to become the left leg of Devastator. And now that we know a bit more about Mixmaster, let's take a closer look. Mixmaster's vehicle mode, of course, is a cement mixer, and he does have a working drum, as you can see. In addition to the working drum, Mixmaster's wheels also roll no problem, and the chrome on the rims has held up really well. The 2 peg holes here on top are for plugging in his included weapons, but we'll come back to that in just a minute. Of course, his rub sticker's right there, and then this switch is actually for something while he's in robot mode, but you could say it's for operating the cement mixer. The Decepticon symbol here on the roof has held up really well, and overall the vehicle mode is excellent. The only real flaw I see is that the chrome here on the grille is a little scratched. But like all the other Constructicons, Mixmaster has an excellent construction vehicle mode. Alright, now it's time for the roll test. Not bad. Let's try again. Yeah, he did alright, but I really feel like the small wheels hold him back. Now we're going to take a look at Mixmaster's included accessories. Here's his gun, which as you can see has some nice details built into it. It does look the same on both sides, and it is designed to peg in to his hand or into his vehicle mode. But before I show you that, first I have to show you his other included accessory, which is Devastator's gun. This thing looks amazing. I love it. I love the long barrel, the sight. It's just awesome. It is the same on both sides, and it also is designed to peg into the top of Mixmaster. You take his regular gun and peg it into the roof like that, and then you take Devastator's gun and you peg it into this hole right there, and oh my gosh, that looks awesome. It's a shame only 3 of the Constructicons can do this, because it's just so great. So you can even swivel the guns to face other directions. What a great use of their robot weapons. I love it. Alright, now we're going to transform Mixmaster into the left leg of Devastator. All you have to do is grab the front of the cab, slide it out, and then lift it up like so. And that's it. Left leg of Devastator. Now we're going to transform Mixmaster into his robot mode. You take the cab, flip it over like that, turn him over, pull out his arms, and then take his blasters and mount them above his head. And there you go. Mixmaster in robot mode. So I thought I'd share the story of how I acquired all the Constructicons. I got Long Haul first, and my mom bought them for me randomly in the summer. I just begged her one day at a store, and she bought them for me. And then shortly after that, I got Mixmaster. Later that year at Christmas, I got Scrapper and Hook. So then I had the body and the legs. And I had to wait all the way till my birthday the next year when I got Bone Crusher and Scavenger, and Devastator was finally complete. Mixmaster has a pretty cool look with the dual guns over his head, and that's always been a big selling point of him for me because his transformation is kind of boring. The dual blasters can be swapped out for a single blaster, and we'll look at that in a second. Mixmaster does have a cool head sculpt, and his arms look nice, I have to admit. The only real flaws I see are that some of these stickers here are a little worn and starting to peel. Of course, he has the standard peg hole hand we've seen on all the other Constructicons, which makes it super easy for him to wield his weapon. As we come down to the bottom of Mixmaster, here is his biggest flaw, the fact that he essentially has no legs. I've let this go though because it is a common problem in all Transformers, and other than this, I think he looks pretty cool. Here are Mixmaster's other two accessories. These are his dual blasters that plug in right over his head. In addition to this, he also has a single blaster, but this one looks kind of weird. Here's a look at where you plugged either one of them in, and as you can see, the dual blaster looks great because it covers up the entire area. To release it, you simply push the button back here. It's not really designed to fire it just lets it out so that you could swap it out with the other one if you want to. However, I really don't understand why you do this. See, it just doesn't look nearly as good. It doesn't fill in the whole area, and I far prefer the double blaster. As we come around to the back of Mixmaster, you can see that his drum becomes kind of like a backpack. Alright, now we're going to check out Mixmaster's articulation. The cab can fold back, and I do consider that his knees, so there's 1 point. And his arms can actually flip up and all the way around full 360 if you want to. And that is it. That covers all 3 points of articulation for Mixmaster. Here's a quick look at Mixmaster's tech spec. If you'd like to read it, pause now. Mixmaster's copyright information is on the back of his legs. Takara of Japan, 1980-1984. And now for our He-Man size comparison. He-Man's been feeling pretty good these last few weeks, towering over the Constructicons, but he has no idea what's coming. And since this is the end, let's go ahead and get a group shot of all the Constructicons together. Yes, Scrapper is holding his gun. The one I ordered off eBay finally showed up. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my toy retrospective for Long Haul and Mixmaster from the 1985 Transformers toy line by Hasbro. Remember, this is only part 3 of 4 of the KREED'S Collection Christmas Special. Part 4 will be this Friday, Christmas Day, as we take a look at the Constructicons' combined form of Devastator. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please leave a thumbs up. And if you have any thoughts, please leave a comment. I love reading and responding to them. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate it, and it would help my channel grow. I'll see you this Friday, Christmas Day, for part 4 as we take a look at Devastator here on KREED'S Collection.